Okay, let's talk about Java streams. So, by definition, streams are uh, sequence of elements. So we can define that as a sequence of elements. That means a bunch of elements, but in a sequential way. So also we can describe that as a flow of elements, some kind of flow of elements. That's how we uh, describe some kind of conventional streaming as well, right? So think about video streaming. So in that case, some kind of uh, uh, flow of video data uh, uh, through the internet. That's what we referring to video streaming. So because this is same like the list in Java. So let's take a look about list and streams. So in list, it is look like this, right? Uh, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Think this is a array or some kind of array list or some kind of that anything. So actually, list is the data structure. So we mainly use list to store the data, to store the data in some kind of organized way. So for our requirement, there are several kinds of uh, data structure to store our data. We can choose whatever we want uh, based on that situation, based on our needs. So, but in other hand, the streams are not data structures. So we don't use streams to store data. That is the main difference. So the, although this is same, but the context of the usage of these two are different. So mainly we use streams to some kind of streams so as a sequence of element and do some kind of manipulations to those elements. What I mean by manipulations is we can do some kind of operations to the stream element by element. That is what is the main use case of this of a stream. uh, and I should say this, the Java streams was introduced with Java 8. So we can use streams from Java 8 onwards. So let's talk about some kind of important concepts in a stream. So one uh, important concept is there are two kinds of operations we can do to the streams. So let's talk about those operations. One is intermediate operations, right? So next one is terminal operations. Okay, let's talk about those two kinds of operations. So intermediate operations are something that we do to this stream uh, in the middle level. That means after we apply this kind of intermediate operation, we get another stream. That means we convert our stream from one stream to other stream. That is what intermediate operation do. uh, so as an example, I will show you one intermediate operation. It is map operation. So what we use this map operation is, uh, think yeah, let's I will explain that using example. Think this is a stream. So think we need to add 2 to this each element. So in that scenario, uh, we need to use map operation. So in map operation, the same operation will be add to the each of the element. So other intermediate operation is filter operation. So think we know we need to filter out uh, the elements which can be divided by 2, that is 2 and 4. So in that case, using this filter operation by defining the condition, we can filter out 2 and 4 from this stream only. After we apply this each intermediate operation, we get another stream. So what happen, we if we add this map operation, so after we add 2 to each element, so we get this stream 5 6, yeah. So after we add 2, we are getting this other uh, another stream, another sequence of elements. So after we apply this filter operation, we get another kind of stream with only 2 elements. That is what we mean about intermediate operations. So now let's talk about terminal operations. So terminal operations we use to indicate the end of the stream. That means the terminal operations we use basically at the end. That means uh, when we need to get some result from the stream, we use terminal operations. So as the name suggests, we are using this terminal operations to terminate a stream. So think we need to uh, print each of this element after we apply those all intermediate operations. Okay, so for that purpose we can use for each terminal operation to do that, right? So in this terminal operations, what we do is we print each of these element in the console. That is the end of the stream. After we do the manipulations that we need to stream, then after we finish all these things, we finally do this for each operation. Other terminal operation that we can use is the collect operation. So what we do is in collect operation is we are collecting those all these elements to a list. uh, the one use case is we can collect to these elements to any data structure. So in this, the common example is we can collect these elements of this stream to a list, or we can think we need to calculate the sum of this all of these elements. So for that purpose also we can use this collect terminal operation, and what we get is another one integer. So the important point is after we apply this terminal operation, we are not getting another stream. We are getting uh, some kind of end result in this. Uh, so when we need a list, we are getting list. If we need a sum, we are getting integer. We are not getting a stream anymore. That is the end of the stream. Okay, that is a one uh, uh, important concept. So other important concept is uh, the stream will not be processed until we apply a terminal operation. So what do we mean that mean by that? So let me show you that. So let's uh, get this of stream. So sorry, not the list of stream, uh, the stream of elements. So this is basically a stream of integer elements, right? So think we add some kind of intermediate operation, that is map operation. We are going to add 2 to each of them. So inside this map we need to pass the functional interface. Actually I talk about functional interface in my previous video, you can watch it. So in this operation, what we do is we are adding 2 to each of these element. So until we add a terminal operation, let's see, we add the sysout. Yeah, going to print the elements. Until we uh, add this terminal operation, this stream is not going to process. That means think we uh, are not going to use that. So if we don't use any terminal operations, this stream is not going to add 2 to each of this element. uh, Actually that is what we mean by lazy initialization, right? But after we add this terminal operation, then it is going to uh, process this intermediate operations at once. So let me run this code. So after we add this for each operation, it will going to run like this, right? So that is the one other important concept. So next important concept is we can't reuse a stream again and again. Think I am uh, assigning this stream to the integer variable. So think we are going to apply a terminal operation, right? So after we apply this terminal operation, we can't reuse the stream again. That means the stream will be closed after we add this add any kind of terminal operation. The stream will be processed, then the stream will be closed. Let me show you. So I will add the terminal operation for here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to process this stream again. Think I will need to collect this stream to list. This is how we collect the stream to list using collect terminal operation. So let me run this. Okay, then I will get an exception. What the exception is saying us, stream has already been operated upon or closed. That is what I said. When we use stream once, we can't reuse the stream. If we need to reuse the stream, we need to uh, create a stream again, and then we can use that stream. That is one important concept. Yeah, so those are the streams and the capabilities that we can actually the advantages that we can get using those streams. So basically we can uh, process some kind of sequence of data rather than dealing with list or some other data structures. Uh, so it is some kind of easiest way to manipulate and play with those elements using streams. So it will be easier to use this stream, and also this will leads us to more cleaner code. Think what we do in a traditional way when if we need to um, add 2 to each element. So what we do is uh, at the I mean in the uh, uh, traditional way, we are going to create some kind of data structure using these elements. Let me create. So after that, what are we going to do? We are going to use some kind of loop, right? Then sorry, we are going to uh, write in this way, right? So in list uh, Then what are we going to do if we need to print it? We have to again write a loop. This time we can use some kind of different loop. So yeah, so as you can see, this is some kind of hard to the this is some kind of unclear code, as well as this is some kind of lots of work, and also some kind of, we can say, uh, dirty code, something like that. This is not very beautiful for use as well, for the developers as well. So what is the more convenient method? Using uh, using this, we can put like this, just a few lines of code. We don't need to deal with lots of for loops and some kind of data structures, some kind of that way. We can do just like this. It is some kind of easier way. That is the real use case of streams. uh, yeah, and also some kind of operations we can't do with uh, data structures, we can easily do with streams. That is the main advantage when we use streams. So hope you understand the streams of Java. So there are lots of these intermediate operations and terminal operations. So basically you can Google it. I don't need to explain one by one, because I explained the core concepts of the uh, streams in Java. So hope you understand. So you can I will suggest you to learn more about streams using some kind of online materials as well. Yeah. Thank you.